with DLC.
Holiday Special. Starring
Jacob Griffin. Brad Knight.
as the voice of
Brad Knight.
on the
Complete with DLC.
Holiday Special.
Welcome to Complete with DLC, the only show that's on iTunes and Stitcher again. This is a very special holiday episode. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Griffin. Sitting across from me is the heat miser himself, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
Not too bad. Third time's the charm on that recording.
Yeah.
Where did you get Heat Miser?
You've never seen the Christmas special of the Heat Miser and the Cold Miser?
I
don't know exactly which one it is, but it's a dude and he looks like he's fire and he's like, I'm Mr. Heat Miser.
It rings a bell, but
Yeah. If you saw it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that's
probably,
what it is.
Probably.
So, we don't have a name for this sort of thing. We're just kind of doing a BS episode.
Yeah, because it is Christmas week and there's not a lot of news.
There's not a lot of news. There was something that came out, but I don't think it was that big anyway.
Oh, actually, there are two pieces of news that I know of that are pretty important. I think you might want to hear about them.
Okay, yeah, tell me about it. We'll get this out of the way quick.
All right,
Impromptu news.
The first one is we have a relative price point for PSVR.
Right.
A relative one.
Is it the one that was like, it's going to be priced like a console?
Yeah, the price could be similar to that of a new console.
So probably around like 300.
Well, new consoles cost around 500.
I doubt it would be
and
that high.
he specified new console.
See, I could see them sticking to the $300 price point of PSVR because then they could sell a bundle with PS4 and PSVR that's like $600, which seems like a lot because you think back to the PS3 of $599 US dollars, but
Sony seems to have gotten it under control.
Yeah, but you get more of a value. I feel like if you see like, oh, it comes with this VR helmet.
Oh, we got that quote from the Game Informer. There was an interview with his name escapes me right now.
Is it Shuhei Yoshida? Because that seems he's the big VR proponent.
I don't think so
right
because his name would have stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But it might have been. I had read this a couple days ago. So, yeah, we have a relative price point on that. And if it's interesting, if they do decide to go with the new console for $500, they're going to be the most expensive headset on the market.
Yeah, no, that's what makes me think they're not going to go with that. Because, we talked about how base model Oculuses are going to be like
$350. Yeah,
$350.
Right.
I could see them going with the let's put it out there for $300. Maybe even like if they really want to squeeze it, like $250.
Well, I feel that if they go that low, they're going to be undercutting their quality. I feel like they can afford to charge more than Oculus and the Vive. Because Morpheus is the only one who has it. I'm still calling it Morpheus. It's the only one with like a plug and play aspect, right? Because Oculus and Vive, you need a pretty hefty system to run it.
Yeah.
Whereas PSVR, you just
plug it into your PS4 and it works.
Yeah, and you go. So they can afford to charge more, I think. So if they want to go like the $400, $450, I can understand that. I wouldn't be too upset.
So here's the quick news as I saw. Big news for you because I know you're the number one U2 fan of the podcast and of the world. Rock Band 4 is getting an 8-pack of U2 tracks today.
Finally!
I know, right? You had your ones in the beginning that you were like ready about. You're getting Sunday Bloody Sunday from War, Pride in the Name of Love from The Unforgettable Fire, Where the Streets Have No Name from Joshua Tree, your favorite. You're wearing a shirt right now.
Absolutely, I am wearing a Joshua Tree shirt.
Desire from Rattle and Hum, one from A Shunting Baby. Brad, why don't you tell me how to say that right?
I wish I could, but I can't.
Vertigo from How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, The Miracle of Joey Ramone from Songs of Innocence, and California, There Is No End to Love from Songs of Innocence, which is the album that everyone hates because they gave it away for free on iTunes.
The only time that free was not for me.
Yeah, even though you're the number one U2 fan in the world.
Yes, I want to feel like I'm supporting my.
You have Bono tattooed on your chest, and you have The Edge tattooed on your arm.
Absolutely, so I'm looking for a tattoo for the other arm. I'm thinking about what it's going to go there, but it's a decision for a later time.
And the other big news is just that there's a trailer for the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 map pack, and it hits PS4 in February.
Cool.
Which means it hits Xbox One in March.
Very cool.
So that's a weird thing to say. That it hits Xbox One after. It's always been the other way around for years.
Yeah, it has been. It's odd that they decided to switch that now.
Well, I mean, I understand it because PS4 is handily outselling the Xbox ones.
Yeah,
they're going where the money lies.
And Xbox realizes that at this point.
And then I think Advanced Warfare sold better on PS4, which is weird. But then Black Ops 3 sold better on Xbox One. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially that they've been giving a lot of favoritism towards the PlayStation market because they've been, oh yeah, you buy it on PlayStation, you get these exclusive, whatever it was for each release.
Yeah, and then the Call of Duty Pro League is only playing with PS4 now.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird because those people have been in there for years and learned Xbox controllers.
Yeah, and they have to switch over now, which is kind of odd.
It's kind of odd, but I figured we'd
There's one more news story.
Oh,
I'm surprised you didn't hear about this.
That's right. Okay.
This one I'm surprised you didn't hear about, but there's a rumor floating around.
Right.
That there's a new Star Wars game in the works.
I've heard about this, I think.
And it's not like Battlefront. It's not,
Isn't it Boba Fett?
That was Star Wars 1313.
But they said that might not be dead.
That was canceled, and when LucasArts gave up the rights, and then it's been rumored that is still being not worked on, but
the rumors are that it may be Visceral's game.
Well, Visceral's game.
Never mind.
Yeah, Visceral's game is something totally different. That was the game I was going to talk about. Visceral's game is looking to be like another open world RPG, similar to that of Knights of the Old Republic.
This is what I've wanted for a while. I really I thought about this the other day. I was like, if they literally just kind of took Destiny and made it really good and Star Wars, that would be amazing.
That is what it's looking to be. Now, this is only a rumor. There's nothing confirmed yet. But Visceral seems to have their hand in the Star Wars pie, so to speak.
Well, we've known this for a while. They were one of the 3 studios that were announced in the beginning.
Yes.
It was them, DICE, and I can't remember for the life of me the third one they announced. It might have been that BioWare was still working on Old Republic stuff. But
maybe.
But from the beginning, it was they were making a single-player game, and then obviously DICE was making the multiplayer one with Battlefront. But then Amy Hennig, who did the first 3 Uncharted games, left Naughty Dog to go work at Visceral in this Star Wars game.
Yeah.
And she's the big creator, writer of that team.
She's the driving force behind Uncharted.
Yeah. And so this is going to be insane story-wise.
Yeah, so if I understand correctly, it seems like when 1313 got canceled, they're pulling the assets that they had from 1313 into the other Star Wars games that they're making.
Oh, man.
So
imagine an open-world bounty hunting game.
But yeah, it's kind of like
remember, what was that game they announced? It was a Bethesda game. Not Thief. What the hell was it? Prey 2. Remember Prey 2?
I don't remember.
Prey 2 was the first Prey was you were a Native American and you got abducted by aliens. But the second Prey was you were an alien bounty hunter. And it never came out, but it looked great.
Oh, I remember this game. I didn't play it. I watched a live stream.
It didn't come out. It never came out.
No, Prey 1.
Prey 1, yeah, but Prey 2 never came out, and it looked great at its E3 showings, and it had gameplay, but clearly it was a vertical slice that nothing ever came of.
Yeah.
Then they formally canceled it 2 years ago. But yeah, I didn't hear about that, the open world part, but I'm excited. Because that's always what I've wanted, is an open world Star Wars game.
I am excited that that's coming, but I'm sad that 1313 had got scrapped because that looked to be a really cool game.
It'd be cool though if they just kind of bring 1313 into this.
Yeah,
maybe an open world Boba Fett game.
That could definitely be something
where you play as the most useless bounty hunter in the galaxy. Yeah. But so I'm gonna work off that. Speaking of Star Wars, guess what I did this weekend?
I can only guess.
I went and saw The Force Awakens.
Did you?
Once.
Oh, only once.
Remember, on Friday I was going to go see it twice.
Yeah.
Those plans fell through. Went and saw it on Saturday. Might go see it again today.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it until next week.
I'm not going to go into anything because I don't want to spoil it for you, because going into this movie and not really knowing anything has been great. It was a great time. But spoiler alert for this, I liked it.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Like that little sound effect?
Yeah.
Like that little dog bark in the background?
Yeah, the dog bark was actually part of the sound effect. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was weird. They took the Inception noise and added a dog bark to it.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
Man. Like, I equate it to a religious experience. I felt every emotion while seeing this movie.
You had the second coming of Jesus while sitting there in that seat.
Pretty much. It was crazy. And I think the craziest thing about this was my friend Matt went with us, our little group, to go see it. He has never seen a Star Wars movie in his life. Never cared about Star Wars. I showed him like a little like 7-minute thing IGN did was like to catch you up on Star Wars. That was basically all the knowledge he knew of the galaxy far, far away. He saw this movie, and when the movie was done, he turned to me and said, "I'm super into Star Wars now." And I think that just proves how good this movie is. That it's turning non-fans into fans.
Yeah, I don't think that was something they were expecting to do with this movie. I think this movie they were heavily relying on the fan base that saw the original trilogy in theaters. Now they're grown up, they have kids. They're going to bring their kids to go see the Star Wars series that they loved when they were kids. And they were hoping to gain fans that way. I don't think they were planning on making this whole new fan base, which they seem to be doing.
It's insane. This movie made a crap ton of money this weekend.
Yes, it beat out Jurassic World.
Which was crazy, because the estimates for the weekend, it didn't seem like it was going to.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like it was going to be underneath. It beat it by, like, $17 million.
Yeah, it was no small margin.
Yeah, and then it made, like, 248 just in the U.S. I made $100 million Thursday night. Made $60 million on Sunday, which is unheard of, because usually on Sunday you have the lowest box office numbers.
Yeah.
It's just insane. This movie's a juggernaut. Disney made so much money. They're pretty much going to make back half their investment already on this one.
And I'm sure all the accounting guys at Disney are really, really upset right now because they have a whole lot of extra work to do.
Oh man, but they're probably getting a huge Christmas bonus.
Yeah. Did you see the little poster that they put out? It seems to be the kind of going tradition now. Whenever somebody beats the front runner of the Star Wars or the box office,
yeah, they all kind of do a little thing.
They make a poster of handing down the medal.
Yeah, it was a T-Rex giving the medal to BB-8.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I thought that was really cool. I think that's a cool tradition that they should keep going.
I like that they're not bitter about it.
Yeah,
and that they're cool and like giving Sony and Microsoft seem to have been doing that a lot lately, where they'll kind of give each other pats on the back on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
like Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft, will like tweet like, "Hey, good job on the Bloodborne launch. Good for you guys," stuff like that.
Yeah,
it shows a nice thing of good faith in that we shouldn't just be fighting about this. But this movie was crazy.
Yeah,
I literally I laughed, I cried, it became a part of me. I want to see it 100 more times.
I've been hearing a lot of good things, which is a good and bad thing for me, because when I hear such positive reviews, I go in with heightened expectations, and that's not something I like to do.
Brad, because believe me, Brad, you know me. My hype levels were through the roof on this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I literally, the only time I ever got scared was like the night before and the morning of, because we went to the 10 o'clock showing on Saturday night. And I remember the night before on Friday, I was laying in bed getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, what if I don't like it? Or like, what if it's the kind of thing like the prequels where I look back on it in 10 years and I'm like, this movie's a piece of shit. But like, at the time, I'm like, I'm in love with this movie. I was afraid of that because I watched the video of like everyone at Phantom Menace was like, it's the greatest movie I've ever seen. It was incredible. The CGI was great. That Jar Jar guy, great.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that. And then I got scared on a Saturday morning when I woke up and was laying in bed. I was like, what if it's just a movie? Like, what if it's just okay?
You graduated from what if it sucks to what if it's not good enough.
Exactly. It was the two coin sides of the problem. I said that way wrong.
Yeah, the point got across.
Yeah,
I feel like there was a collective sigh of relief when that movie came out. Like the world was holding its breath. Like, please don't be another pre-order. Please don't be another
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, Phantom Menace, or just the prequels in general. And then when it came out, they're like, okay, it's good.
See, even then, I saw the good reviews and I was like, I remember how everyone reacted to the Phantom Menace when it came out, so I'm not even taking these on face value.
Yeah.
I went and saw it. It was crazy. If I had one complaint with it, it's somewhat spoilery in the sense of it gives you an idea of the way the movie goes. And I'm sure you kind of don't care really. It's not anything that spoils anything that happens in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just a structure thing. So if you haven't seen the movie, after I say the word now, skip ahead like 20 seconds. I'm not going to go into anything about it. I'm just going to say what my one complaint is. Okay? Ready? Now. This movie is beat for beat A New Hope. That's my one problem with it.
Okay.
So maybe sort of temper your expectations that way, Brad. And, anyone who's seen it obviously just heard that. And, maybe one day in the future when we've both seen it, we can go into more in depth about that.
Yeah. One day in the distant future, in exactly 5 days.
Exactly. When we can, come back here to record a regular episode of this show, and we can maybe talk about this.
We won't have a regular episode for a while. 'Cause we,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, because we don't come back until after
New Year's.
After New Year's.
It's crazy.
But it's nice because...
Because we get kind of a 2-week vacation to just kind of...
2-week vacation for the show, and about a month vacation from school, because the semester's over, and I can finally focus on things that are not schoolwork.
Like podcasting. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have better recording equipment after the New Year's show.
If all goes well, yes, that should be way. I can't speak today.
I thought we already knew that it was gonna go that way.
Yeah, we knew, but if I have learned anything from this experience, is that things never go the way we want it to.
Right. Yeah.
So
something will happen. One of us will get our kneecaps broken or something.
I'm preparing for every eventuality here. So.
But yeah, so that's my little mini Star Wars review. I'm trying to think of something else to talk. Let's talk about the Christmas season. What does Christmas mean to you, Brad?
Christmas to me, it's honestly, I never felt anything special towards Christmas. I never really cared for it.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, okay, yeah, it's I have the week off from school, I have the week off from work, or whatever it was, and like I'm like, okay, I have a ham, some gifts are exchanged. To me, it's a time where I spend a lot of money.
Right.
Because in my family, all the birthdays go from September, and we skip November, and then there's like 7 into November and December. Like, they're everywhere.
See, it's weird, because my family, it goes like, we have Christmas, and then there's like 5 birthdays in January, including mine.
Yeah, so like that period is very poor for my financials.
Yeah.
So
you gotta deplete yourself.
Seriously.
Sort of thing.
I'm not huge on doing that.
It was the crazy thing, like I'm usually the kind of person who is in every kind of family I'm the tag guy. Where, like, my mom will buy a gift, and it will say from Kim and Jacob. This year, I actually bought gifts for people. I bought gifts for my little cousins, and I bought a gift for my mom, and I'm buying gifts for my friends. Because we're doing sort of like a Christmas thing where we all get each other gifts. It was kind of a last-minute thing, which kind of sucks, because...
Yeah, you're gonna go...
Well, what the hell does everybody want? And most of it's just been gift cards, thank God, because, that's easy stuff to get.
Yeah, it's one of those... I like getting gifts because I like the challenge of it.
Yeah.
Because I like trying to think of a gift that they're either gonna use a lot or they're gonna like.
See, I got lucky with my little cousin who's a boy, because he's easy to buy for. He likes Star Wars, and
there's plenty of Star Wars memorabilia out right now.
Yeah, and my
some Star Wars oranges maybe.
Have you seen those?
Yes.
I was like, at least go an extra mile, make them look like BB-8 or something. Don't just release oranges and put the Star Wars label on it. But
I don't think people would want to eat painted oranges.
It's the peel. You don't eat the peel anyway.
No, but I'm sure people would go in an uproar about that.
Probably.
And how would you
Everyone goes in an uproar.
How would you make the little, like, his head on top of the orange? You'd need like a...
You need to get like one of those weird ones that have like a nipple coming out of it. Have you ever seen oranges like that?
Yes, I have.
I remember in high school at lunch, whenever they had oranges, it was always oranges like that had a little nipple at the top.
Yes.
Just use those ones. Paint those BB-8. But, so, good thing he doesn't listen to this, because I'm going to tell you the gift I got him. My cousin Lisa got him Disney Infinity.
Cool.
The new one with Star Wars and everything. So I called her up when I was at the store, and I was like, what toys did you get him for that? And she's like, the ones that came with it, which is like Anakin and his girl apprentice from the Clone Wars. I forget her name. Ahsoka.
Yes.
And then she was like, then I got him Darth Vader. And I was like, all right. So I was looking there. They had kind of a crap selection of toys at this Target that I was at for Disney Infinity. They had like the two that I was really looking at, because they had like ones from like Star Wars Rebels. I don't even know if he watches that show, so I don't want to get him one of those. And he's like, who is this guy? Yeah. Right? And then they had Darth Maul and Han Solo. And I was kind of like, which one should I get him? Ended up going with Darth Maul.
Interesting. I probably would have gone with the Han Solo.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about that, and I really thought about that too, because I was like, oh, he has like 3 with lightsabers already. But I was like, but I feel like kids like Darth Maul more.
Well, I know I like Darth Maul more, but I figured I would have went with the more appearing character, the one who's in almost every movie.
And then the one that I felt difficult for was my little girl cousin, and I didn't know what she liked, so I got her this.
He's right now showing me a Fur Real Friends Pets with Style toy. It's a little poodle.
It's a little poodle with a dress on and a crown, and it appears like she has like a collar and like some earrings and like a pen. I guess like this is a dry erase board behind it.
Please don't put earrings on your dog.
Yeah. Oh no, they're jewels for the crown.
Ah.
Okay. Because if you look at them, they look like studs for
They
the
do.
ear. So it's like that's odd.
Yep.
Oh, you
Please
can
don't.
color in the dress.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, that's interesting. So I guess this isn't a dry erase board. Oh no, this is part of the box. Wow. It looks like a dry erase board. But yeah, so I didn't know what to do with that, so I had to figure that out. Other than that, though, I kind of got my shopping done.
Yeah, I have the majority of mine done. I don't buy for anybody anymore. I really only buy for my brothers and my dad. And this year, my dad was very, very clear that he did not want me to buy anything.
Right. So you bought him something.
I was going to,
Because
but
he's like, I assume your dad is like my dad, where he says he doesn't want anything, but he's like a woman and actually does want something.
no, it's absolutely not. Like he's the hardest person in the world to shop for. He's absolutely the hardest person in the world because everything he wants or needs, he buys himself.
Yeah.
So there's literally nothing left for me to get. So, and on top, like every year he says he doesn't want something, and so yeah, every year I get him something anyway. And then like he really didn't want anything. So this year I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. I won't get anything. Whatever. I'll focus on my two brothers, and that'll be the end of that. But there's one gift I'll probably get it next year if I can find it. And I know he listens to this, so I'm not gonna say what it is.
Right.
But
You can tell me off air.
yeah, I can tell you off air. But there's something I know he wants that I haven't really been able to find it yet. So
Right.
if I find it, I'm definitely grabbing it.
If anyone wants to buy me a Christmas present, I'm really looking for a nice quality Kylo Ren lightsaber right now, which is the crossguard one.
Yeah.
But the ones I found are either like $200 or they're $60, but it's got less detail to it, and it's only at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And then another one I saw is like it's $30 at the Disney store, but it's like a plastic blade, and it's not like the nice like glass tube ones.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Which I want those because those are better for dueling as well as display.
Yeah. If you wanna, they go some pretty in depth with those lightsabers.
I was looking at this website called ultrasabers.com.
Yep.
And they're, first of all, ridiculous if you want like a really nice one with like sound and everything. But I was really almost thinking about getting one. When I got the one I wanted to get and got it all made out, it was like $250. I was like, see, it's nice because it's custom. It's like I made my own lightsaber.
Yeah.
But
You found the gem and
yeah,
constructed
I
the
went
saber.
on the like mind journey, but like I didn't want to spend $250 on a lightsaber.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't have a ideal dueling community, that I can join.
Well, I mean, if you spend $250, I don't think you'd want to be swinging that thing around.
No, they're made to kind of for dueling,
Really?
or for display. I mean, it depends. A lot of the blades they use are stunt blades for stuff like that. So,
I think if I know they have just about every color in the spectrum except for one that I really liked, which isn't actually canon. It's from the EU. The black lightsaber, the dark saber.
the dark saber, yeah, they don't have the dark saber. I was looking through all the colors. I was gonna end up going with red, because I've always just identified more with the dark side.
I mean, you're wearing a red shirt right now, so and I'm wearing a blue shirt and a blue vest. So look at that.
I really wanted the Kylo Ren one though, because I want to be Kylo Ren for Halloween. Because I'm gonna do the thing that everyone says they're gonna do for New Year's, and I'm gonna join a gym. And so
a New Year's resolution. Should have saved this for the New Year's episode.
Should have. I forgot. But because we were talking about the Kylo Ren lightsaber here, so I wanted to be Kylo Ren for Halloween next year. And I was like, I want to get that lightsaber. They have like a really nice quality mask too. It's like $100.
Oh, did you hear what's his name who played Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver.
Yeah, he hated that mask.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, he joked.
That mask does not look very comfortable.
Yeah, he's like, there was so little visibility, I didn't even know who was in the movie with me.
Yeah. It did not look very comfortable wearing the movie, but like they have like one. It's like a toy. It actually reminds me a lot of the Darth Vader voice changer mask. If you ever saw those when you were a kid, I used to have one. Actually, I think I have one still, but the batteries don't work in it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if like anything works on it anymore, like the microphone and everything.
You could probably just swap out the batteries.
I've never thought about putting in the batteries. That's the thing. Like the batteries aren't in it, so I assume what was ever in there died.
Yeah.
And then I'm at this point where it's from like 2005, so it probably doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
But then I was looking at like those cheapo lightsabers they have, like the plastic ones.
Yeah, the ones you get for $15 at like Walmart.
Yeah, and like the ones you have to go
Yeah.
to get it to come out. And like I had those when I was a kid, and I was like, that would be fun, but I don't know. I want something nice. Like I've never had like a nice quality lightsaber. I've always had like those ones or like the other plastic ones that actually light up and make the sound. But
Yeah. Well, if you do get one, we'll have a prop for our set.
we will. I'll hang up the big Kylo Ren lightsaber behind us.
Yeah. If and when we ever get that set.
Oh, that set's gonna get made.
Is it?
New Year's resolution.
Okay, New Year's resolution.
Again in the Christmas episode.
You know what? We're ahead of the game here. We're ahead of the game.
So I think I kind of want to, because we're at 25 minutes, I think I want to come up with one last topic, and I kind of want to wrap on it.
Okay.
All right? The last thing I want to talk about is favorite Christmas movies. What's your, I know you as a person don't like movies.
Not at all. Well, that's a lie, but...
I'm sure that you've seen your fair share of Christmas movies in your time, though.
Not as many as you think.
Right, but you've seen some.
The only one that comes to mind right now is Charlie Brown Christmas. It's the one I know I've seen.
You've never seen, like, The Grinch?
Oh yeah, obviously
Or Rudolph.
like the Grinch, and yeah, I haven't seen Rudolph recently, but I don't have fond memories of that.
We've talked on this podcast my
Yes.
problems with Rudolph.
We have indeed talked about your problems with Rudolph.
And how he's a punk. He's a punk ass bitch and doesn't.
You really want to edit this show, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I want to edit the Christmas special, but you know he really needs to stand up for himself, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
But Frosty, you've never seen Frosty? Snowman?
I mean, I know I have, but it didn't leave an impression on me, so I can like definitively say yes, I've seen Frosty.
Frosty Snowman's logic doesn't make any sense.
What, the fact he's a snowman with a hat on?
No, not even that. It's just like the hat is magic.
Yeah. Oh.
Like you put the hat on and he comes to life. Like
Think of it like
they get so sad though because Frosty can't stay forever, but it's like he's gonna melt.
Yes.
Actually, I think that's the point of the movie. I thought the point of the movie was that the hat blows off of him. But I haven't seen Frosty in years, so I just sounded like a huge idiot.
We will know is that hat is actually the Sorting Hat's cousin. It's a distant family.
What is it? They released a trailer for some new Harry Potter spin-off movie, and I saw it before Star Wars. It's called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, it's J.K. Rowling's new project. Oh, sorry, Rowling.
It's like her. It was like a textbook in the movie.
Yeah.
In the at Hogwarts, and all I thought immediately was, man, I really want to release a mixtape called Fantastic Beats and Where to Find Them.
I'm sure it'll get made.
Oh man, that'd be great. It's all raps about Harry Potter. It's like, yo, I got a sorting hat. Then I pulled out my gat. I don't know.
Oh my god. Two whitest people in a 5-mile radius right now coming with Harry Potter raps.
Oh, that's the whitest thing you could do.
Yeah, fair point.
But so favorite Christmas movies, specials, sort of. What ones do you think will stand the test of time?
I mean, Charlie Brown for me.
Speaking of Charlie Brown, watched the new Peanuts movie. It was pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've heard it.
It was solid. Okay. It was very like Charlie Brown-esque. There wasn't any sort of pop culture references that you kind of get in movies like this, like the Chipmunks. And, oh my gosh, crack my knuckle. Like in the Chipmunks and all that. It was good.
Yeah.
But Charlie Brown Christmas, you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one that, like, whenever someone says, hey, we're going to watch a Christmas movie, you want to come? And immediately I just go, oh, God. But, if it's Charlie Brown, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll sit down and I'll watch for a bit. But, like, it's the only one that,
I feel like it's the most realistic Christmas special.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it's just like, it basically shows, like, the stresses of Christmas and...
Other than the adults going, wah, 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 wah.
I was so afraid they weren't going to do that in the movie. I really thought that it was going to be like they were going to have like an actual teacher and they were going to talk to her. But no, of course, she walks in the classroom. Wah, 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 wah. It's great. For me, if we're going with special sort of thing, I'm a big fan of The Grinch.
Are you?
I am. I'm a big fan of The Grinch. I love Charlie Brown.
Which Grinch? The old animated
I like
version.
the animated one better.
Or the live action.
I don't mind the live action Jim Carrey version.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. It's a little... I think all those Dr. Seuss movies are stupid because they're pulling out like a 50-page book into like an hour and a half to 2 hour movie. And you have to put in so much stupid... Like, all right,
It's
The
not
Cat
even-
in the Hat is the perfect example of a movie that isn't really for kids and just has pop culture references in it.
Yes.
It's like, it's the worst thing in the world.
It's not even like they're 50-page books with all words on them.
No,
they're
it's mostly
picture books.
pictures with like...
7 words per page.
Yeah, like 7 to 10 words per page. And the thing is with like The Grinch is like the animated special I think is like the perfect kind of version of that. It's like half hour. It's got songs in it. It's good. There's not too much comedy in it. Because the comedy in the Grinch movie is too goofy sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Some stuff like they kind of just let Jim Carrey run wild with it, and he's fine as the Grinch. The makeup looks good and everything, but it's a little too much at times. You just need to chill out with that. But it's crazy to me too when I was a kid to think that there's like a Dr. Seuss like extended universe with like and here's a Who.
Yeah.
It's weird because like it doesn't make any sense to me. Because they're the Who's in Whoville in there and the Who's in Whoville in there, and
it's all connected.
yeah, I'm sure that there's some way that the Cat in the Hat is connected.
Probably.
And the Lorax.
Someone check Reddit. I'm sure there's a fan theory.
Oh man, it'd be like the Pixar theory.
They have an R Seuss. Is that a subreddit?
R/Seuss.
Yeah.
Imagine. It's like the premier Dr. Seuss fan board.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They have subreddits for everything, which I learned recently because I just only started using Reddit.
It's crazy when you go to like stuff like GTA.
Yeah.
And like the millions of subreddits for that. Like there's like GTA lore, GTA future, GTA like where you think GTA is gonna go, and like GTA Vinewood, which is just like for their movie making community.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't. I actually, Jesus, you drop something every week. At least you're consistent.
I always have to play with something in my hand. I don't know what it is. I might have like some sort of weird ADD.
Yeah.
But like,
hands need to be busy.
I always drop it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But
yeah, hands need to be busy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. This is why this show is live recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Reddit because I'd used it a while back, and I hated.
You're more of a 4chan kid.
No, I hated the layout of Reddit, and I still do.
I don't like the layout of Reddit, but I like some of the communities you find on Reddit.
Yeah, I mean now like my most exposure to Reddit is someone who goes, "Hey, check out this Reddit post," and then I check out the Reddit post. But other than that, there's no real exposure. Though I think it's really cool how there's really communities for everything.
Yeah. But like I was saying, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Grinch. I like this music in it. It's good. It's greasy. My favorite piece of Christmas music though comes from Charlie Brown Christmas. Christmas Time is Here. Probably gonna be the outro to the show. I'm going for it. Okay. Come at me, Charles Schultz. Yeah, you're not alive anymore.
Gonna get hit with a cease and desist.
Yeah. But for movie wise, my favorite's actually Die Hard. It's weird because it's the kind of thing where like there's two kinds of people in this world. People who say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, and people who say Die Hard is a Christmas movie. People that say Die Hard is a Christmas movie are great. People that say it isn't are communists.
I wish I could tell you that I could agree with that point, but I've never seen Die Hard, so I have no idea. Brad. It wouldn't be an episode of Complete with DLC without annoying you with my lack of movie knowledge.
Right. Huh. Man, I can't. I can't with you.
I can't even gesture what that might be about.
What Die Hard's about?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Just from the title? You can't figure it out?
I assume it's some kind of Expendables-esque movie.
No.
No?
No, it's better than the Expendables.
Well, I mean, that's not hard to do. I wasn't comparing it in quality. I was comparing it in style.
No. Okay, so John McClane is a cop from New York City, right? He's kind of on the rocks in his marriage with his wife. She had a big job that she got in Los Angeles at Nakatomi Plaza. I forget exactly what she works for. Nakatomi Plaza is the building, but her business she works for is in there. And so John McClane hasn't seen his kids in a long time and stuff because, she's moved to LA. She brought the kids with her. So he's coming here. He's trying to rekindle his romance with his wife. Told him to come to the party. It'll be a good time. People who have seen Die Hard will get that. Goes to the party, and then terrorists take it over. these German terrorists take over the office building so that way they can rob all the money from it. And the only person who can save it is John McClane. Hero cop extraordinaire. John McClane.
So it's an action flick.
Yeah. But it's set at Christmas time at a Christmas party in a giant building.
It seems, just from what you explained to me, that Christmas is more of a background setting.
Christmas is more of a background setting, but I always watch
it's like saying the first Rocky is a Thanksgiving movie.
But I always... Wow, you've seen the first Rocky. That's surprising.
I've seen all the Rockies.
That's surprising.
Why is that surprising?
Brad, the things you haven't seen surprise me. The things you have seen also surprise me.
That's a fair point. And it's the only Stallone movies that I've... the only Stallone movies I've seen have been the Rocky movies. I haven't seen any of the...
I'm trying to think if you need to see any other ones.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Rambo movies.
Yeah, I guess you could see Rambo. The Rambo movies are pretty good.
Have you seen Creed?
No, I haven't. But
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
it's actually the only one competing with Star Wars in ratings right now.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. But I've heard Stallone is like excellent in it.
Yeah, it seems like he's
They're talking like Oscar maybe.
Yeah,
for supporting actor.
He's moved into the Mickey of of roles now,
and he's taking on like Apollo Creed's son.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me though that they're talking like Oscar for Stallone. Like Stallone just feels like he hasn't had his heart in acting in a long time. Like he's just kind of been sleepwalking through stuff like The Expendables.
Yeah, he's been just pumping out sequels whenever they ask him to.
Yeah, and like whatever like some other movie he makes that has like like he's like the biggest actor in it, or he's in it with like some has-been from the 80s like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or Bruce Willis will show up somehow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a has-been from the 80s.
I mean, think about when's the last time you really heard of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
He was the governor of California.
All right, for a long time, yeah. So he's fallen back. He wasn't even a good governor. Like
well,
nobody in California liked him.
I mean,
they kept reelecting him. Though. It's like Obama. They didn't like him.
We have a history with that in our states united.
In our state. I don't know. I feel like you were going to say in our state, and then you needed a way to save that. So you're like in our states united.
Yeah. Like we did that with Bush. Nobody liked Bush, but we elected him again.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're not getting into politics on this podcast.
Right. But yeah. So like Arnold Schwarzenegger is a has-been. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean,
like the series that he's most known for failed this year. Terminator came out.
I was trying to think. I'm like, what's
Terminator came out and just like went out with a whimper. Nobody said anything good about it. It made like no money.
Yeah. Jacob's iWatch doing a ding. Oh, sorry, not iWatch. Apple gets mad when you call it that.
Yeah.
Was it an important ding? It sounded like an important ding.
No, it's the text ding.
Oh, it's the text ding.
And I gotta.
Jacob's a very important man, as you can now tell, as he's texting on our podcast.
I needed to. I'm confirming something for later. I'm gonna turn off my watch that way it doesn't do that again.
Jacob's got some dinner plans.
No, it's Star Wars. I might go see it again, like I said earlier. But yeah, so has-beens from the 80s. Like Terminator just came out and did nothing this year.
Yeah.
So. I feel like Stallone's in that point where... Not Stallone. Schwarzenegger's in that point where if he's in a movie, it's not guaranteed to make money.
Which sucks. I kind of like the Terminator movies.
Yeah, the Terminator movies used to be good. I feel like 2 of them are good.
I've seen the second one. That's Judgment Day, right?
Yeah, that's the best one.
The one where like falling in the pit of lava with a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Alright, so I've seen that one. I think I've seen the one that follows that? I don't remember.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds familiar.
Which is just Terminator 2 again, but lesser.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
That's literally like it's pretty much that plot.
Definitely
again.
Rings a bell.
Ding. I don't know if you were ready for my watch to go off again. Imagine that would have been weird.
Yeah, would have been great timing.
That would have been amazing timing.
Impromptu cinema sins here.
But
I almost instinctively said, let's get back on track, but then I realized we don't have a track.
Yeah, this is like
we have all the news we had this week out of the way already.
So, I think I'm actually going to call it there.
Well, what's our recording time?
We're at about 40 minutes.
Alright, so yeah.
I think I'm going to call it there for this Christmas episode. This was just sort of a thing to... We're holding you over at these last 2 episodes of the year here.
Yes.
Because we got to figure there's probably not going to be any news New Year's week. Everyone's on vacation from Christmas. The only reason why there's somewhat news this week is that
There were some rumors floating around.
And there was, some still residual stuff left over before Christmas that they had to get out.
Yeah.
Other than that,
there'll be some. Oh, New Year's there might be some announcements where and now it's available the first of the year kind of thing.
Yeah, if they
do that, we can throw something out there.
We'll find a way to get you that information if you really need it.
We'll be hitting you with the hard-hitting facts on this show.
Also, you may say we usually do it the first of the year, but only half of the games have been announced for what's going to be next month's free games for both things.
Yeah.
So only the Xbox games are out. So we'll just wait till the regular episode to do that.
All right. Yeah.
Don't expect that in the New Year's episode.
Yeah.
Which will be coming next week.
Yes.
So have a happy holidays.
Are we not going to do the spiel?
Oh, I forgot about the spiel.
Because
this isn't a regular episode. I forgot about the spiel.
Yeah.
Do the spiel.
All right, so if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at completewithdlc@gmail.com. Send us your questions, send us your reviews, anything you want to tell us, just do it there. If you want us to read the email on the air, we can do that. Just make sure you specify that somewhere in the subject line or in the body of the email. If you want one of us specifically to read that email, just specify the name and we can take care of that for you. If you want to follow us on some social medias, you can do that as well. We're on Twitch and Twitter as Complete with DLC. We're also on YouTube, Soundcloud, and I believe that's all social media we're on. I don't think we're on another one.
No.
All right. And if we're actually back on iTunes and Stitcher now.
Dun, dun.
Finally. So if you're listening to this and you're an iTunes and Stitcher user, we were not pod fading. We were still doing episodes, but you just weren't getting them.
Yes.
So
also, if you were an iTunes user, you need to resubscribe to the podcast.
Yes, that is a probably an issue where we had to take the show off of iTunes and then put it back on. Which
turns out could have been a completely avoided problem.
Yes, which was a hindsight is 2020, right? So we didn't have to do that at all, but we did it, and it's back on now. Thank God iTunes is so lenient on who's actually on that store.
Yeah, I mean, if they really actually, I doubt they listen to it. If they listen to it, they'd be like, "Who are these guys?"
Yeah, this show's garbage. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're listening to this on iTunes and Stitcher, thank you. Leave us a review. If and when this gets on YouTube, which I'm sure it will eventually, leave a comment. We want to hear what you're thinking. We want to know what you think. Your reviews and your suggestions really help us. We're always looking for new ideas for the show. But Jacob, if they don't want to review the show, say they hate the show, but they like you, where can they get in touch with you?
If you really like my personality, why? You can follow me on every social media at itsjaygriff, ITSJAY. I actually didn't, like I said last week, post a 140 character review of Star Wars because I knew this was coming up, so I figured I'd get my opinions out there somehow. Brad, where can they find you?
If you want to get in touch with me, you can do that on Twitter at Calgany, Kalgne.
Whoa, why'd you get all like saucy at the end? Like you were like,
I have no idea. It just
Calgany, Kalgne.
It flowed, and I don't know. I'm also on Twitch, but due to some recent streaming issues, I can't be streaming. But I will be setting up a streaming setup with the new mic I'm going to be getting. So stream quality will be going up.
The Blue Yeti.
Yes, the Blue... you talk about my weird voice. What the hell was that?
I'd like to do announcer voices. I was going to do a special one for this one, but I didn't.
That was a announcer voice?
It was like a commercial, like the Blue Yeti.
Yeah, so if you want to get in touch with me, you can do that on Twitch, Twitter, Calgny, Kalgne. I will most likely be the one thumbing through our show emails. So if you want me to read them specifically, or you have a question for me specifically, and you don't want to use Twitter because social media is for the mainstream, and you're a hippie man.
Man, the man can't get us down, man.
Yeah, I say that, but up until like a month ago, I didn't use social media. So.
Exactly. The show is forced you to use social media.
Yeah, pretty much.
Social media.
Social media. Turned to Sean Connery there.
Sean Connery, gotta use social media. You want to have sex with me?
Yeah. So just specify you want me to read the email or the questions for me in the email, and I can take care of that. But I believe that is the spiel.
The final piece of the spiel that I realized I didn't talk about at the beginning. I said we didn't have a name for it, but if you're listening to this and you want to help us out a lot, pick between one of two names for this kind of BS show.
Yes.
Either Complete with DLC, the Fireside Chats, or Complete with DLC, the pre-order bonus.
Yes.
Pick one of those two.
Jacob and I each came up with a name, and we don't know how to decide on which one, so we're letting you do
because
it.
We think they're both pretty good.
Yes.
And we, instead of just flipping a coin, which seems too like it won't work well enough.
Yeah.
Like it would just give us the worst name possible and everyone will hate it. We figured let's leave it up to the fans.
Yes.
People are clearly listening to this. I've seen some statistics.
Yes, we have the downloads. We know you're there.
Yeah.
We know you're there.
We're watching you right now through the window. The call is coming from inside the house.
They should turn into an impromptu horror movie.
Yeah. So, happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, enjoy it. Because you only get one once a year.
Yes, thank God. I couldn't afford any more holidays.
I know, right? Imagine you had to buy gifts for Arbor Day.
Yeah. What would you buy on Arbor Day?
Buy someone a
Here's
plant.
a pair of shears.
It's the whole point of Arbor Day not to cut down trees.
I figured like bush grooming, right? Like the old man he's making like a swan out of his bush. Okay.
Oh, like Edward Scissorhands?
All right,
like,
can we
he's
stop talking about Old Man Bush and just end the show?
Old Man Bush. Wow. Take that quote out of context. Can we stop talking about Old Man Bush?
Yeah, that's a sound clip for you.
This has been Complete with DLC, the holiday special. I'm Jacob Griffin.
I'm Brad Knight.
Wait, much like the Star Wars holiday special, we should just bury this somewhere.
Yeah. It's never happened.
Yeah. And, see you next time.